Alright, so I found what I think is a leak. This is my reservoir turned upside down. This is the next day, by the way. And as you can guess by all the floor dry, it had a leak. And what I found is, and I'll try to see if I can get, well, let me see if I can get you to see it. Ooh, whoa. You see this right here? That is a crack. And it actually travels, I'll zoom back out, all the way up and around here. So, again, I'm on a time crunch here. I hate to sound like all my favorite shows, but, you know, we're under a time hack. I gotta get this car done in a week. So, while I still have till tomorrow for my pump to get here, we're going to go ahead and do this, and what we're going to use is a little bit of this stuff. And the reason I'm using this instead of like the actual plastic weld is mainly because of this right here, OEM Automotive and HD Truck approved. Works on thermostats, thermoplastic metals, concrete. But it says on here specifically auto repairs. The other one did not say auto repairs, agricultural, industrial equipment, so on and so forth. It doesn't really say whether it's chemically resistant, at least not that I read. But hey, what are you gonna do? And I picked black because it doesn't really matter what I pick, because I'm gonna paint this again because the theme of this car was old school Chevy, and that's where I got like a small block Chevy feel to it. Their power steering pumps were black, the alternator was not painted. You know, I was kind of going for that whole vibe. That's why the engine is orange. But while I'm waiting on some stuff to arrive, we'll go ahead and get this knocked out. I'll step you through it, and step by step. Alright, so first thing first, we're going to clean the surface, and I'm going to use a little bit of my favorite non-chlorinated brake cleaner, and just go. Wow, that, hope I didn't get any of that on the camera. And just a rag. And what we're doing is we're just trying to clean it out. Now you can see, actually, you may not be able to see, but if you could see, the crack actually starts over here and goes clean over to there. It was definitely leaking. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. But the second thing we're going to do is the part that a lot of people forget. You got to remember, prep is key to anything. For best results, you got to sand the surface some. Anyway, I'm not going to bore you with me watching me sand, but you do what you can to get it in there. Tear chunks off, put it around stuff. But I'm going to sand this up some, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready to mix and spread. Alright, so here's a tip for you. Go to your local hobby supply store and pick you up a pack of these El Cheapo paintbrushes. And the reason for that is they make excellent applicator brushes for almost everything, and they're completely disposable. So yeah, there's that. the other thing that's kind of nice about this JB Weld stuff is they add their own little, I don't know if you can read that, but it says there, mixing tray. So you take your 2-part epoxy, take the lid off, and squirt an equal amount in. I'm a firm believer of, when it comes to mixing stuff, a little bit more is better than not enough. So we got that going on. And then we're going to put the cap back on. And we got our stir stick, and you'll want to mix it up until it's evenly mixed. You've only got a couple minutes to put this on, so you don't want to dilly-daddle too much. I'm going to layer it on actually a little thick. And the reason for that is, A, I'm going to paint over it so it doesn't have to look really great, and B, this is actually the back side of the pump, if you believe that. And nobody will ever see it. Alright, I'm at the point now where the more I mess with it, the worse it's going to get. But we're gonna call her a halt there. Let this stuff set up for about an hour. And then probably, actually we'll let it set overnight more than likely, and then probably tomorrow I'll have my pump, we'll get it installed, everything all cleaned up, and then a quick coat of paint, and we'll put it back on the car. Friday, I hope. Okay, bye. Alright, next day. While it's hard, it definitely, it's not completely hard. I can still put fingerprint marks in it, but I think it'll suit our purposes. Besides, we gotta let it dry for another 24 hours for the paint to dry. But through the magic of Amazon, ta-da! A new pump. Looks an awful lot like the old pump, but not as black and hopefully leak free. Alright, so now we're going to get this mounted back on this and paint it. Well, it's painted. Ooh. Now we're going to stick it back on the car, and I'll go over and reinstall the pump. Right now it's just bolting it up. Excuse me, not the pump, the pulley. This is the pump. No pulley. Just 3 bolts, and then I'll throw the other pulley on, and I'll show you how to do that. Alright, putting it back together, it's kind of the same as taking it apart, except you're going to find a stud, and I already know this one threads in. The threads in the engine, and you're going to take this part, you're going to put the two together, like such. And then you'll screw it in. Because like I said, I already found out this is the threaded end it fits. So it fits on the pulley nice. And you'll take your pulley and hopefully, yep, it slides right over top. Bam. Then you'll put your nut and then you'll put this is actually a bearing. And what you'll do is you'll slide that on. That'll go against the pulley between it and this nut. And the reason is so as this nut turns, it's not creating friction, it can spin freely. You'll thread this nut on. And then while holding, I don't know if you can see that. And then while holding the end of this shaft, you'll turn the nut and it'll push the pulley back on. And through the magic of video editing, alright, we got all our bolts in. Yay! Got our pulley back on. Yay! Got our belt back on. Yay! Filling the thing up full of radiator fluid. Yay! Because it leaks a little bit. Put our air cleaner back on, and then we're ready to bleed it. Now, to bleed this, I'm not going to bore you with it, but you jack the front end of the car up, you fill the reservoir, and you crank the wheel side to side about 10 times, lock the lock. And that purges it, and then you set it down, start the car, turn the wheel. If it doesn't blow the top off that cap, we're good to go. If it does, well, I don't know what we are. Okay, that's it. This project, as far as I'm going to show you, is done for now. Winning. I think that was a win. I think that was a success.